At first, you were appreciated. Every little thing you did was met with warmth, a thank you, a smile, a glance that said, "You matter." But then something changed. You didn't stop showing up. You didn't stop giving. You didn't stop caring. They just stopped noticing. You could be breaking inside, and still, they'd expect you to carry the weight. They'd expect you to say yes, to be there, to solve it, to fix them. And if you ever dared to say no, suddenly, you were the problem. There is a strange paradox in human behavior. The more reliable you are, the more invisible you become. The more you give, the more people forget that what you offer is not automatic. It's a choice. It's effort. It's sacrifice. But people don't see that anymore because you made it look too easy. You became the calm in their storm, so they stopped wondering if the storm ever reached you. You became their light, so they stopped asking if you ever sat in the dark. You became the healer, so no one thought to ask if you were bleeding. To be taken for granted is to be slowly erased without ever leaving. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's quiet. Like the soft hum of a fridge, always running, always there, until one day it stops. And only then do they notice the silence. The truth is, you taught them that you'd always be there, that you'd always understand, that you'd always pick up the phone even when your own world was falling apart. You didn't mean to. You just didn't want to disappoint anyone. But over time, your boundaries became blurry. Your silence became permission. Your kindness became expected. So now, when you're tired, they call you cold. When you pull away, they say you've changed. When you finally speak up, they accuse you of being dramatic. But you are not the problem. You're just exhausted from carrying what no one sees, from being strong for everyone but yourself. Carl Jung once said, "People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul." Maybe that's what happened here. Maybe they needed you to avoid confronting themselves. And maybe you needed them to need you. Because deep down, you didn't know your worth without service. It's a hard thing to admit that sometimes we overextend ourselves because we're afraid of being empty. We become everything for everyone so we don't have to face the question, who am I without what I give? But that question matters because you are not just a giver, not just a helper, not just a reliable background character in someone else's story. You are a soul full of fire, emotion, complexity. You are allowed to step back, allowed to rest, allowed to be seen without having to perform. Being taken for granted is not a reflection of your failure. It's a reflection of how far you've gone without asking for anything in return. And now it's time. Time to return to yourself, to your needs, to your truth. Not out of anger, but out of clarity. Stop over-explaining. Stop pouring into empty cups. Stop shrinking yourself to be more digestible. Let your absence create space. Let your silence create tension. Let the void you leave behind show them just how much you were carrying. Because sometimes people don't see your value until you stop giving it for free. And when they say you've changed, tell them, "No, I just remembered who I am." You are not a never-ending source of comfort. You are not a machine. You are not immortal. You are human. And humans need rest, recognition, reciprocity. So if they only loved you when you were endlessly giving, that was never love. That was convenience. And you are worth so much more than being convenient. Let the silence do the talking now. Let your absence teach them what your presence never could. And above all, remember this. You are not here to be everything for everyone. You are here to become everything you were meant to be for yourself. And when you finally stop overextending, you'll notice something strange. The world doesn't fall apart, but the wrong people drift away, and the right ones start to show up. Not because you gave them everything, not because you bent yourself out of shape, but because you finally stood still and said, "This is me," without the performance. And those who stay, they're the ones who saw your soul, not just your service.
If this made you pause, if you're drawn to deeper truths and quiet strength, then you're in the right place. Like, subscribe, and keep exploring with us. See you in the next one.